What's up, guys? Welcome to your exclusive 80-day obsession coach test group. I am so excited for all of you guys to get to do this program and get to go through this program with me. So obviously, by seeing this video, it means you are in my exclusive coach test group. You have signed up and taken the challenge, and we are going to be starting together on January 15th. So before we get started, a lot of you guys know I've been doing coach calls over the last several weeks. And that really started as me doing coach calls for the coaches that had gone through the test group, the original test group with me. I wanted to do something to honor all of their hard work for them. So I've been doing these coach calls for them. But in doing that, a lot of really valuable information has been coming out of these calls. And I feel like people who have gotten to be on them are probably even better prepared to take on 80-day obsession and to help their challengers take on 80-day obsession. Obviously, I can't do team calls for every single team in our network. I would be talking forever and ever and ever and ever, and there just aren't enough hours in the day. But I want to make sure that no coach that is interested in getting this information misses out on this information. So essentially what this video is a live call. Imagine it like that. I'm basically going to talk to you guys just like I've been talking to everybody on my coach calls when I get on with them. So answering the basic questions, the most important questions, the most popular questions, talking to you guys a little bit about marketing and how to talk to your challengers about the program. So it is going to be a little bit longer video, but if you can sort of imagine that you're just on a live team call with me, pull out your pen, pull out your paper, take your notes, and let's dive into this. The first question that I seem to get asked every time I get on a call is, Autumn, tell us about 80-day obsession and sort of how it came about and why it's so special or why it's going to be the groundbreaking program that we're saying it is. And here's the thing. When the concept of 80-day obsession was brought up to me, it was actually 2 years ago. Two concepts were presented to me at the same time by Carl. One was a country dance program and one was a butt and abs program. And obviously the country dance program became Country Heat and the abs and butt program became 80-day obsession. But when they were presented to me, we hadn't decided which one was going to go first. And I'm so thrilled that Country Heat went first and 80-day obsession came later, because had 80-day obsession come first, I'm sure it would have been a fantastic program in and of itself and whatever it would have been, but it wouldn't be the program that it is right now because we weren't in a position technology-wise to do it the way we did it, to film for 80 days straight, to say it's going to be exclusive to Beachbody on demand and all of the brilliance that comes from filming for 80 days straight, which I'll get into in a little bit. But the concept was presented to me. We did Country Heat, and then no sooner did I finish filming Country Heat, I dove into working on the butt and abs program. And there were a couple things I was taking into consideration when I was thinking about how I wanted to design the program. One of the things I was taking into consideration was the actual science. So yes, I've got Carl and the team saying, we want a butt and abs program, and we want to be able to say, like, shape your butt and chisel out your abs. And to me, like, that's a really great second thought. That's an afterthought. But for me as the trainer, the aesthetics are not number one, because I know the aesthetics will come if I put the proper programming into the workout and I give you a functional program that really challenges you, along with a really great nutrition program. The aesthetics will all fall into place. So that wasn't my main concern. When you say to me butt and abs program, what's the first thing I think of? Well, these are two major muscle groups that aren't really functioning the way they're supposed to anymore because of the type of lifestyle that we lead. We sit on our butts literally all day long. So our glute muscles aren't firing the way they're supposed to. We no longer have the mind-body connection to that muscle group to get them to engage. And that's a really big deal because your glutes are like a foundation of your body. They are what help move you through space. They are what help you walk, run, climb stairs, sit down, stand up. All of these things And if they don't function properly, this is where injury can come into play. The whole body is connected. It's one kinetic chain. So if one piece isn't working properly, nothing's really going to work properly. And having something as major as your glutes not working properly can lead to back injuries, hip injuries, knee injuries, and all sorts of other things. Same thing is true with our core. We sit all day long at computers, on our phones, horrible posture. None of us are sitting nice and tall, not even me right now, holding our core in tight and engaging those muscles. So again, lower back problems, upper back problems, people saying, oh, I always have a distended stomach no matter what, my stomach is pushed out, but it's because the way you're sitting and pushing those muscles out instead of sitting up tall and drawing them in. And your core is what supports you in every single thing that you do all day long, more than you ever realize. When I first started college, I took a dance class. I took like my first dance class, and my abs were really sore after it, and I didn't realize how sore my abs were after it. And I went to go to bed that night, and I went to lay back in my bed, and my abs were so sore, they just gave out. And I smacked my head on the bedboard, which was kind of funny to me because I was like, oh my gosh, you don't even think about the fact that you use your abs for something like that, to lay down in bed. But it's a big deal to not have core strength. It's a big deal to not have glute strength. So for me as the trainer, these were things that I really wanted to focus on. I wanted to focus on building those muscles, getting them engaged, getting the mind-body connection back to these muscle groups, because if they're not firing properly, it doesn't matter how much weight you lift. You'll never tone them and shape them the way you want to. You won't engage them properly. You won't burn as many calories if you can't engage the muscle, and all you're doing is overworking your joint. So all of these things were being taken into consideration in my mind. Another thing that was being taken into consideration was how old I would be when I filmed the program, which I knew I'd be somewhere pushing 37. And I actually turned 37 in the middle of filming 80 Day Obsession. The reason that was on my mind, although that's not old, it's not 25 anymore either. And although I love lifting heavy weight, I didn't want to only lift heavy weight. I wanted to show that there's another way to functionally train your body, to get amazing results, to shape your glutes, to shape your legs, to shape your core, to shape your whole body without only lifting heavy weights. So yes, we definitely have days where we're lifting heavy, but we also have days where we're lifting medium, and we have days where we're using the resistance loops, and we have days where we're using the sliders. So all of these things come into play to form a really well-rounded functional program. Okay, the last thing that I was taking into consideration, and for me, you guys will probably laugh, but this is a big deal. Again, as the trainer, I can't tell you how frustrated I get looking at social media and seeing all these posts about like squat challenge this and squat challenge that to grow your glutes and squat to shape your butt and blah, 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 blah. Because here's the honest truth. A squat will sort of help shape your butt because you're moving your body and multiple muscle groups are involved. But your glutes are not the prime muscle mover in a squat. They're an assister muscle. Your quadriceps are. So saying do squats all day long to grow your glutes or shape your glutes or anything else with your glutes is not really an accurate statement. So as a trainer, I kind of wanted to set the record straight and be like, hey, that's not accurate. You don't have to do squats for days. You actually have to do hip thrusters and heel presses and things like that for days. That is what is going to help engage that glute muscle and get that butt muscle firing. So all things I was taking into consideration when I was creating the program. The next thing is why, the next question I get is, why is 80 Day Obsession so innovative? Why this program? Why is this going to be so different than anything else? And oh my gosh, sit back and again, get ready because there's so many reasons. So I'm going to have to just gather my thoughts here and hope to hit them all. And forgive me if I sort of ramble a little bit. But it really is the most innovative, comprehensive fitness program I think put out to date ever. And part of that is because of the fact that we filmed for 80 days. It's not just 12 or 16 workouts filmed one time and put out there. In filming for 80 days, it allowed me to use progression and to use periodization, which are two major tools that any trainer worth their salt uses when writing a really good functional workout program. And when you're shooting at home workout programs, you can use a little bit of that, but you can't use it to the best of your ability when you're putting workouts on DVDs. So we have phenomenal programs, right, that work, absolutely. But people, when they do them over and over and over again, always say to me, okay, Autumn, now I've hit a plateau, so what do I do next? And I would have to say, lift heavier weights and do less reps. Or try to fit more reps into a shorter period of time. Like, I would have to explain ways that you could change it up by still following the workouts that you're doing. In filming for 80 days straight, I get to put that into the program day by day and week by week. And that is really amazing. And that brings about so many different results and so many other cool things to the program. So by having this progression, having this periodization week in and week out, you're staying off of that plateau. And that makes it really special. And like I said, had we done this a different way, had we done this 2 years ago and maybe put these workouts on DVD, we wouldn't have this. And actually, up until about 2 months before we filmed the program, I sort of had two running versions of the program. One, if we filmed it this way over here, like 12 or 16 workouts, and that was it, and those could either go on DVD or on BOD, or this other way, where if we filmed all 80 workouts. And believe me, the second Carl said there was even the option to film all 80 workouts, I was like a pit bull on meat. I was like, it has to be that way. Please, oh my gosh, it opens up so much variety for me and makes it so much more fun for the viewer at home. So 80 Day Obsession has 3 phases plus peak week. Each phase is 4 weeks long. In each phase, there's 6 different sort of themes to your workout. There's leg day, there's butt day, there's total body core, cardio flow. Don't be fooled, that is not yoga, that is intense cardio. And then there's AAA, which is arms, abs, and your backside. So there's these 6 workouts that happen in each phase. But in each phase, they're completely different workouts. So that alone is one form of progression that I get to use. I get to make it a little bit harder each phase. So leg day in phase 1 builds basic strength, basic endurance, basic power, and then we start to build more and more, moving towards more complex compound movements in phase 2 and phase 3 as you get stronger. More muscle groups you work, more calories you burn. Yay! So there's these 6 workouts, but again, in each phase, on top of these 6 different workouts, each week is different. So week 1, we're doing a 2x15, meaning 2 sets, 15 reps. You go through the whole workout one time doing 15 reps, circle back to the top and do it again. Week 2, we move into a 3x10. You do the whole workout, 10 reps, circle back to the top, do it again, circle back to the top, do it again. So you go through the whole workout 3 times. Week 3, we do a 3x10 again. This is a heavier lift week again. But this time, instead of going through the whole workout and circling back to the top, you're going to do 3 moves at a time, 3 times in a row. So now we're burning the muscle group out faster in a shorter period of time before moving on to the next group. So again, making it harder. But that doesn't come till week 3. And then in week 4, we go back to a 2x15, so like a light to medium weight, but we keep that same rep pattern of 3 exercises, 2 sets, 15, before we move on to the next group of exercises. So once again, burning out that muscle group in a different way, but you're also stronger than you were in week 1 when you did the first set of 2x15. So even though each week of phase 1, you're doing the same 6 workouts, like you're using the same 6 you're using all the same moves in each workout feels completely different because of the way I'm changing up the rep pattern, because of the way I'm changing up the amount of weight that you're using. And the fact that we filmed, again, for 80 days means every time you hit play, you don't ever see the same thing twice. You have no idea what kind of condition I'm going to be in, the cast is going to be in. Are we going to be silly? Are we going to be serious? We're going to be knocking things over. Like, you don't know what we're going to say. You're not going to hear the same cues, the same motivation every single day. So all this stuff makes it way more fun, way more interesting, way more engaging for you and for your challengers. So when you're taking on a program that's 80 days long, it's much easier to stay interested when you're not turning the workout on every day and you're like, oh, I've already seen this 10 times. You put it on, you've never seen any of it before. And like I said, just because the moves are there that you've seen, and those are becoming more familiar within each phase, it's still changing up constantly throughout the whole program. And then, so that's phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3. Then we have peak week. So that's week 13. And week 13 changes up again because what I do is I pick my 2 favorite workouts from each phase. You won't do like 2 different leg days or anything like that. But it's 2 workouts from each phase that I feel are the hardest, my favorite, complement each other the best to get us the biggest calorie burn for peak week for that final shred out phase. And I don't tell you what your rep schemes are until you push play that day. So you're not going to know. So again, it keeps it fun. It keeps it interesting. You need to push play to find out what's going to happen. So that's like the basis of the workouts, like the design of the workouts. And obviously, like I said, we're using the resistance loops, we're using the sliders, and we're using weights throughout the whole program. The loops and the sliders are great because those really allow me to target the muscle groups, to really target specifically and get in there and get that muscle group firing, get that connection made. Make no mistake, don't look at those loops like they're going to be easy, I promise. I know you guys are going to be a little frustrated when you first start using the loops because that's normal and all of us were as well. You got to find the sweet spot on your legs, like a couple inches above your knees, not too high up. Make sure you pick the right resistance. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and that's okay. We just work through it and get used to it. And you'll even see myself and the background cast in week 1 and 2 having our own issues with the loops. I'm like, oh, I hear loops rolling again. I hear loops rolling again. Take a second, readjust. It's the same for you guys. That's also another really cool component of the fact that we filmed these workouts the way that we did. Normally when we film if I screw up, fumble what I'm saying, or somebody's loop were to roll up or something, we would cut, pick it back up, and everything would be edited to be perfect. There's no perfection in these workouts whatsoever. I think in week 2 of phase 1, my forearms were dying. It was leg day. And a lot of people don't know this, but I came off of a pretty bad injury right before we filmed 80 Day Obsession. An old dance injury flared up my hip. Basically, I had like sprained my hip complex. So I could barely walk for like 3 weeks leading up to the filming of 80 Day Obsession, to the point where they were like, do we need to push back the filming? And I was like, we will not. I spent a lot of time in physical therapy and doing rehab, and the injury went away. But it had nothing to do with 80 Day Obsession. It was just an old dance injury. But nonetheless, I hadn't worked out in almost 3 weeks before we started filming the program. So here we are, week 2, heavy weightlifting. I grab weights like I would normally lift on a leg day, 20s, 25s. And my legs, it's not my legs that are failing in the workout. It's my forearms. I can't hold the weight. And you will see me throughout the whole workout being like, God, my grip, oh my God, my fingers, they're like, I'm barely holding on. Oh my gosh, I have to lighten up. Will you just work? Like I'm like yelling at my arms. It's real. The whole program is as real as it gets. You will watch me struggle. You will watch the background cast struggle. You will see our struggles. You will see our wins. You will see our good days and our bad days. And that's all great. And I think it makes it that much more fun. When I'm making a joke with them, you know what the joke is because you're in on it. That's the whole point. I really tried to bring you guys in to that set with us, so it felt like you were right there in the room in that group setting. Okay, so that's the fitness component. Timed nutrition. What is it? How does it work? When can I get my hands on it? What if I work out really early in the morning? All the questions that come with timed nutrition. So I know you guys are expecting some like mind-blowing answer about timed nutrition, like, oh my God, it's some epiphany or something. It's really not, so I hate to disappoint you in that. The mind-blowing part of time nutrition is that if you follow it, it works. And you get amazing results. That's the mind-blowing part of it. So it's actually quite simple. Yes, we're using the container system. Timed nutrition is just me telling you what containers to eat and when. It's me answering the same questions that you guys have been asking me for 4 years. Autumn, what do I eat before a workout? Autumn, what do I eat after a workout? When should I be done with my yellows? Oh, I didn't match my containers properly and I'm left with a blue and an orange at the end of the day. What do I eat now? Do I have to eat these containers now? And then Autumn, how often should I eat? Well, first of all, you guys know, spoiler alert, I tell you to eat every 2 to 3 hours. That's a big part of Time Nutrition, is me saying you're eating every 2 to 3 hours, okay? I go into more detail than that, obviously, in the program, but that's a big part of it. And then it's me saying you eat these 3 containers before your workout. You eat these 3 containers after your workout. You eat these 4 containers next. These containers next. So I break it down for you. I don't tell you, obviously, what goes in each container. That is for you to decide. But I'm telling you what containers go together best. And the reason for this is not just to make sure that you have proper portion control by using the containers, but in me telling you what containers go best together, I'm keeping your macronutrients balanced throughout the entire day. So your healthy fats, your healthy carbohydrates, and your lean protein. I'm making sure you're getting a steady supply of each of those nutrients all throughout the day so that your body is fueled for the workouts. Your body is fueled to recover after the workouts. Your body is fueled throughout the rest of the day to keep your metabolism burning so that you're not holding on to fat and not tapping into your muscle supply for energy. That's a really big deal. So by eating every couple of hours and matching the containers the way I've done for you, like I said, we keep this steady supply of nutrients coming in constantly. And that's a step up from 21 Day Fix and Portion Fix, where it's like, here's your containers and these are the right portions. And that is beautiful, right? That is really great for somebody who doesn't really have a grasp on nutrition at all yet, right? That's a great way to get your foot in the door. It's just, I eat these containers this many times a day, and they don't have to think past that. They mix and match them however they want. But for people who are looking to take their results to the next level, this is how we do it. Because if you're like the person who's like, oh, I don't like vegetables, so I get 3 green containers a day and I put them all in one meal in a salad and I eat it and I get it over with so I don't have to eat vegetables the rest of the day. Although that's great because you're eating your vegetables for the day, you're not spreading out your major fiber intake through the day. There's only so much absorption that your body can do at once. So depending on what you eat, you may not absorb all the nutrients from all those veggies at one time. But by having this steady supply throughout the day, I'm ensuring that you're really absorbing maximum amounts of your nutrients and having this really nicely balanced plan to your day. So that's the Time Nutrition in a nutshell. And obviously, you'll see as the nutrition program releases, there is more detail to it than that, but that's the basis of it. So the next couple questions that I get that typically fall around the nutrition program is there a vegan plan? Absolutely, yes, there is a full vegan plan that's being released at the exact same time as the regular nutrition program. And one of the background cast members, Donald, is vegan. So he followed the vegan plan through the whole program, lost like 25 pounds, did amazing. So yes, it works. Obviously, we checked it. We had several vegans in the coach test group. They did it. They loved it as well. Now, another component to the nutrition is the workout block. So what people ask me is, I work out first thing in the morning, Autumn. I hear I'm supposed to eat before I work out, but I work out at 4 a.m. Do I have to eat before I work out? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 answers. The first is my tough love answer, so just bear with me. And the tough love answer is yes, do the program the way it's written. And it's written for you to eat before your workout so that you're fueled for your workout, especially if you're working out first thing in the morning and you've gone 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours without eating because the last time you ate was dinner the night before. These workouts are intense. You need fuel and energy to fuel your body for these workouts. This is going to be a little abstract the way I explain this until the meal program comes out. But the way it's written is There's your pre-workout meal, your workout, your post-workout meal. And what I say for people who work out really early in the morning is, if you don't want to eat the typical pre-workout meal, you can sub in meal one. Meal one is a smaller meal. It's designed that way on purpose. It's designed so that it could be your Shakeology meal. So Shakeology is obviously fantastic, super easy to make, super fast to drink. It's not going to sit as heavy. You can digest it faster. So you can have that in place of it, in which case you don't have to technically wait the full hour before diving into your workout. Ideally, I'd like you to follow the program as written so that you can see best results. And that would be to eat and wait the allotted amount of time and then work out. That way the blood isn't all in your stomach trying to digest your food. But I understand that people have their set workout times and that sort of thing. So I want you to do the best you can. And like I said, I give examples in the program of, this is what your workout block looks like if you work out first thing in the morning. This is what your workout block looks like if you work out in the middle of the day. This is what it looks like if you work out in the evening. So lots of examples, lots of detail, and we will dive so much deeper into this come January 10th after the nutrition program is actually released to you guys. But right now I'm just sort of giving you, like I said, the broad overview like I've been doing on all of my coach calls. So that is that sort of piece of it. There was something else I wanted to say about that. Oh, Beachbody Performance. Yes, Beachbody Performance is programmed into the nutrition guide. Meaning I tell you, if you're using the Beachbody Performance line, here's when you have your Energize, here's when you have your Recover, here's when you have your Hydrate, here's when you have your Vanilla Recharge. The purpose of the Performance line is in the name. Performance. It's there to help enhance your performance. So if you wake up and you're tired and you have your Energize and it gives you a nice extra little boost and you work harder in your workout, great. That enhances your performance. If you drink your Hydrate because you're a sweaty mess during your workout and it helps hydrate your body again and you're not walking around dehydrated, fantastic. Better performance, better muscle contraction, all of that, very important. If you drink your Recover right after your workout like you're supposed to and those nutrients start going right into your muscles to help them repair, does that help your performance? Yes, because your muscles are repairing even faster. If you have your Vanilla Recharge at night before bed and it helps with lactic acid and soreness and that sort of thing, and you wake up the next day and you're sore, but not as sore as you might have been had you not drank it, will you probably move a little better, move a little easier in your workout? Yeah. So the Beachbody Performance line is there to enhance your performance. I understand that obviously for vegans, they can't use the performance line, or some people have a whey or casein sensitivity and they can't use it. And that's fine. It doesn't mean you're not going to get amazing results from the program if you don't use it. But for those who want to use it, it's there to enhance your performance. So check that out as well. Okay, I think that sort of covers the nutrition component. The next question I'm usually asked is, who is 80-Day Obsession for, or who is it not for? And the only person 80-Day Obsession is not for is a pregnant woman, okay? And this I'm pretty adamant about because there's a lot of things in 80-Day Obsession that just wouldn't be safe for a pregnant woman. Our heart rate goes up pretty high. It stays up fairly high. That's already an issue for pregnancy because in the first few months, first trimester, even into the second, you don't have as much blood volume, so your heart and your lungs and everything are working twice as hard just to catch up. So you don't need to add to that with the intensity of these workouts. We're on our back for a lot of the program. You're not supposed to be on your back after 14 weeks of pregnancy. We're doing things like putting loops around our legs and doing squats and walking lunges and things like that. Not great for a pregnant woman. I don't want you to risk the chance of falling. And the reason I say that is because, well, balance training is another thing we work on significantly in 80-Day Obsession. And pregnant women lose their balance quite quickly, actually, because as soon as our body starts releasing the hormone relaxin and our joints start to spread, our joints aren't as stable. So putting loops around your legs when your joints aren't stable, not great. So lots of reasons for a pregnant woman not to do the program. Now, in terms of breastfeeding women, yes, I address what to do with the nutrition program when you're breastfeeding and how to adapt that to you. It's all in the guide. Can't stress enough how important it is for you guys to read your guide. But yes, it is in there. And here's the only thing I'll say for nursing moms. If you have a newborn baby, maybe like first month, 2 months, 3 months. One, obviously you need to make sure you've been cleared by your doctor. Two, this is a very intense program. Might not be the best way to dive back in. Maybe you want to do something like 21 day, like just a round of 21 day fix first, or a round of a little obsessed first before you go into the full on version, just to get yourself back into exercise mode. The other thing though that I want to mention is I talk about self-care so much throughout 80 Day Obsession. It is prescribed. Sleep is prescribed. It is a part of the program, because these workouts are intense. What you're doing for your body, to your body, is intense. You need the time to recover. Everybody thinks that the magic of exercising happens in the workout. It doesn't. It happens when you sleep. When you exercise is when you tear the muscle down, literally. That's what you're doing. Obviously, you are fatigued at the end. When you sleep is when all the magic happens, and it's when you recover from your workout, when your body has time to repair. If you don't sleep enough and you don't give your body the chance to recover, you're not going to see the results that you want to see. I had it happen in the test group. One of the guys in the test group, his name's Brad. We were like 6 weeks in. He was crushing it, losing weight, shredding out his abs, looking good. And he posted one day and he's like, not sure what's going on. I'm up 5 pounds, and I'm feeling really fluffy, but I don't know why. I'm still eating according to plan, still pushing really hard in my workouts. So he and I messaged back and forth, and at one point I said, well, how's your sleep? And he said, sleep's good. I'm sleeping about 7 hours a night. I typically sleep 8 hours a night, but sleep's good. And I said, you slept 7 hours last night, or slept 7 hours every night this week compared to every 8 hours every night? And he said, I slept 7 hours every night this week instead of 8 hours every night this week. And I said, Brad, you just lost a whole night's worth of sleep. Think about it. He lost 1 hour of sleep a night, 7 nights. That's 7 hours of sleep. And people don't stop to think about that. We don't stop to look at our sleep like that. We just think about our sleep as right now and in this moment and tonight. And we don't think about like the whole week. But there is an effect, and it does add up. By the way, he went back to sleeping 8 hours the next night, and 2 days later he posted and he's like, slept 8 hours the last 2 nights, 5 pounds are gone, and I'm shredded again. And he posted his photo right with it. So that 1 hour of sleep was making a world of difference. And I say this because if you're a nursing mom and your baby's not sleeping through the night, and you're waking up every hour, every 2 hours, even every 3 hours to feed the baby, it might not be the right time to take on 80 Day Obsession. You need to do things like meal prep. You need to do things like self-care, like foam rolling, stretching, soaking in the tub, getting a massage. You need sleep. These are all a part of the program. So while I don't think there's ever a perfect time to do anything in life, there are times that are better than others. And if you're not sleeping and you're barely getting food in your face throughout the day because you're taking care of a newborn, because that's your number one priority, as it should be, then just wait. It's here for you. It's waiting for you. We're not going anywhere. You can do this. You can be in this group. You can follow along. You can learn. You can help your challengers, and you can jump in at any point. But don't set yourself up for failure. Make sure you're setting yourself up for success, and you're taking on the program when you're in the right mindset to take it on. So that being said, the program really is for anybody else. And here's how I've described it in the past. Whenever a workout program is created, we have a target audience in mind. And for 80 Day Obsession, the target audience was people with a baseline of fitness, people who are looking to take their results to the next level and maybe have like 30 pounds or less to lose. That was the original target audience. Then we did our test group. And in our test group, we had people of all shapes, all sizes, all fitness levels. I think all of them had basically been working out. But there were definitely people in the program that fell way outside the scope of the original target audience. People like Amber Snow or Coach Tulin, or even Coach Tulin's husband, who was following along with her. He has MS, okay? Amber, Tulin, both had well over 100 pounds to lose going into this program. So the reason I say the program wasn't technically designed for somebody of that size is when I take certain moves into consideration and things that we're doing. Plank, for instance. We do a lot of plank work in 80 Day Obsession. For a person who is plus size, it is significantly harder to hold themselves up. That is just a fact, okay? And even the stuff that my modifier is doing, my modifier is sort of taking it from a 10 down to like a 6.5 or a 7, okay? She's not taking the intensity from like a 10 down to a 4. So I just need people to not get frustrated being like, well, why isn't the modifier doing less? The program is still an intermediate to an advanced program. So yes, she's taking out impact on jumping, things like that. She's showing you how to use a chair to help with balance, things like that. But she's not taking it down to like a 21-day fix level. That being said, people like Tulin and Amber coming into the program just came in with a really positive mindset. They just said, I'm going to do as much as I can do. I'm going to do the best I can do. And Autumn can't really ask more of that from me. And I said, you're right. I never could and I never would. I'm only asking you to do your best. That doesn't mean you'll be doing exactly what I'm doing. You might not be doing exactly what my background cast is doing. You might not even be doing what my modifier is doing. You might be modifying the modifier. That is A-okay with me, totally acceptable, as long as you are pushing to your max. You might have to hit pause 3 or 4 times. Perfectly acceptable, again, as long as you are pushing to your max. So the program can be for anybody as long as they can approach it with a positive mindset and not get discouraged if they're not doing the exact same thing as myself and the background cast, because that's all that matters. When we were doing planks, Tulin, Amber, they were putting their hands on couches and doing them so that they were in way more of an upright position. That wasn't a modification I give. They just did what they needed to do to make it work. That's amazing. Tulin's husband, who has MS, who's in a wheelchair, did the program with her. He did the best that he could do. No, he wasn't doing what I was doing or the cast was doing, but he was doing what he could. And by the end of that program, he was out of the wheelchair doing surrenders, you guys. Where there's a will, there is a way, and you can make progress with this program. But as a coach, it is your job and your responsibility when you're working with your challengers to know if this is the right program for them or not. So you don't push it on them just because it's the new hot thing, right? Just because it is the most innovative program. You don't say you have to do it. If they're coming to you and they're already feeling defeated, they've tried several other things, they haven't had success, they're not a big fan of exercise as it is, all these things, this is probably not the right program for them to start with. They can build up to it, but maybe start them with a 21-day fix or country heat or PIO or something, or UV2, something that makes them feel like they have a win and that they're getting stronger before they take on a program that is really designed to transform your body and your mind and to push you every single day outside of your comfort zone so that you can grow. Be aware of that when you talk to them, and as their coach, guide them to the program that is best suited for them to have success. Again, this program is going to be there for them whenever they are ready for it. So in terms of who is it appropriate for, it's appropriate for anybody, like I said, who can come into it with a really positive mindset and just take it on to the best of their ability. So I think for the most part, that covers the major questions I've been asked and the major things that, like the topics I've covered. I guess the one other thing is how to talk to your challengers about the program. Let's talk about that really quick, and how to get them excited about it and interested in it. So program doesn't launch till January 15th. If you're watching this video, hopefully you got added to the test group sooner than later. You should be talking about it all the time right now. Talk about it on your social media channels. Talk about what it is. I like to refer to 80 Day Obsession as a total body transformation program with a strong emphasis on building your glute and core strength. I'm going to say it again. Total body transformation program with a strong emphasis on building your glute and core strength. That's how I look at the program, okay? So talk about that. Talk about the fact that it is the most innovative thing that has ever come out in fitness. Talk about the fact that we are combining time nutrition with these innovative workouts that we filmed over 80 days straight, where you can watch the trainer and the cast go on the journey. You can watch their progression week by week. just get them excited about what is going on in the program. The fact that they're never going to see the same workout twice. That's like a really big, that to me is a really big thing to talk about. Just talk to them about the program, because in talking about it, you'll be telling them all the things that make it special. Okay. But also to get them ready for it, whenever somebody says, well, what's the best way for somebody to prepare for 80-day obsession? Well, the best way to prepare to train with me is to train with me. Get them doing 21-day fix. Get them doing 21-day fix extreme. Get them doing chisel. This way they're learning how I cue, how I use weights, what to expect from me in workouts. They'll get a feel of how I motivate, how I push. All of these things are important. Get them doing a Little Obsessed. A Little Obsessed launches December 20th, okay? You guys know I have my big Facebook group going on called Prepared to Be Obsessed. There's like 30,000 people in there. They've been going through a mashup calendar right now. But as of December 20th, we start a Little Obsessed, and we're doing 4 weeks of a Little Obsessed. That's a great way to introduce people to what they can expect from 80-day obsession. They get to use the loops. They get to use the sliders. They get to see how I use the weights. They get a feel for each of the themes of the workout: leg day, butt day, AAA, cardio core, total body core. They're going to understand what that looks like. A Little Obsessed is definitely shorter and easier than 80-day obsession. But again, one, it's to prepare people for it. It's not 80-day obsession. It's to prepare them for it. But also, A Little Obsessed is its own standalone program. It was very much designed that way. It's not just a 5-day, 1-week program. You absolutely can do it for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? 20 days or 25 days. And that is a full program. It's going to release with a nutrition component to it. You absolutely can take somebody through A Little Obsessed, just like you could take somebody through 21-day fix or 21-day fix extreme. So do that. Get them using A Little Obsessed. Maybe they're on the wall. Maybe they're on the fence about whether or not to sign up for Beachbody On Demand. A Little Obsessed is in front of the paywall. That's fantastic. Get them using it so that they're drawn in, so that they're like, oh my God, A Little Obsessed was fantastic. I have to do 80-day obsession. That's behind the paywall. Yay! Let's show them our cards up front so that we can bring them into everything else we're doing. Talk about Fixate. You guys, meal prepping is so important with 80-day obsession. There's a bunch of different ways you can meal prep. I even show several different ways in the Fixate foundational videos on Beachbody On Demand. But meal prep is really important, and not getting bored with your food is really, really important, okay? So explain to them Fixate. These are recipes designed by myself and my brother Bobby. They all fit into the color-coded containers. Bobby and I actually just filmed a couple weeks ago specific 80-day obsession recipes, and they will be under their own tab in Fixate, under 80-day obsession recipes. These are recipes that fit perfectly into certain container equivalents, like certain meals. Like if a meal was like, oh, you need a red, yellow, and a green, the recipe would match that specifically. So there's all of that, but also we've gone through all the recipes in Fixate and pulled all the ones that match specific meals in 80-day obsession. So you'll have a whole list of recipes that you can use so that you don't feel deprived, so that you still get to enjoy food, so that you don't eat chicken and brown rice and broccoli for 80 days. You'll be bored out of your mind if you do that. So talk to them about Fixate. Maybe even run like a little Fixate challenge group and be like, oh, we're going to make all our breakfast from Fixate, or we're going to make all our meals this week from Fixate. Let's see how much money we save by not eating out. Let's see what we can get our kids to eat from Fixate, whatever it is. But that's a great way to get them involved in the cooking show and using those recipes that we're working so hard to design and make amazing for you guys. So talk to them about the program, get them going on A Little Obsessed, get them using Fixate and their containers. All of this is really important. And just like I said, explain to them the fun of it, the excitement of it. On your social media pages, you guys, start pulling images. Pull images from the 80-Day Obsession Instagram page. Pull them from my page. Pull them from the coaches that already went through the test group. So you see their before and afters, or my move of the days that I filmed on set. Repost those. That's what they're there for. That's content for you to use so you can promote it, so that you can share what other people have already gone through. You don't have to wait until you're in it. That's coming, and you'll be able to share your journey along the way as well. But use the assets we have right now, because we had 100 plus coaches go through it, plus myself, plus the background cast. Use that to talk about the program and to promote it. Okay, I think I have covered everything that I've been covering on all of my other coach calls, so hopefully nobody feels left out at this point. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. If you have questions, you will be able to start posting them in this group as of January 10th, when the nutrition component goes up January 8th. As of January 10th, you guys will be able to post in this group. And yes, everybody will be able to post. Thousands and thousands of people will be able to post. Anytime I do a post, I will pin it to the top of the page for 24 hours. And then the next time I do a post, I will pin that to the top again. So make sure you're checking the page every day to see what I'm talking about. But this is a test group, guys. This is a real test group. This isn't a invite all the coaches into the group so just so you guys can hear Autumn talk. Although that is great, this is a test group. That's what everybody always wants to be a part of. So you have to be able to post your homework assignments. When I say shoot a 60-second video, tell me why you're excited to do 80-Day Obsession. Shoot a video and tell me what you struggled with this week. Shoot a video and tell me what your successes were this week. I need you to have access to post those, okay? So yeah, there are going to be a lot of people posting in this group. If you don't want your whole news feed blown up by the group, that's okay. Turn that notification off in your news feed and then just come over to the group every day whenever you want to look at it. But we want to see everybody's progress. We want to celebrate everybody's success. We want to encourage them through their struggles, right? Everybody needs to be able to post, and I want you to be able to ask me questions. I don't want you to have to wait for me to put up a post in order to ask a question. Real test groups, which is what this is, have the ability to post all day long, talk to each other, all of that sort of thing. So yes, you guys will all be able to start posting in here as of January 10th. Let's make this group amazing. Let's make this journey amazing. I cannot wait to take this on with you. Can't wait for December 20th for the launch of A Little Obsessed. You guys, it's just going to be an amazing end to the year, and an even more amazing start to 2018. Now is not the time to pump the brakes. Now is the time to slam on the gas, go forward, and let's help a bunch of people. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.